Hi guys, good evening. I'm just sharing the link and then I'll be ready. There is a Twitter. There you go. All right, so I am all set. Just minimize everything. Stop sharing and share properly. Yep. All right, guys. So hi and good evening to all of you. Let me just hi Vasudha, hi Ike, hi Ganesh, hi Vani, hi Hamid, hi Venkat, hi Jeremy, Devendra. Good evening, guys. So I just want to yes, Vasudha. I'll check on gold. Hi, Francis. So guys, today market in the morning broke 3,700, which was our shorting point, and then never recovered from there. And I was carrying an Amazon butterfly, and I was trying to act smart there, but it was kind of a punch in my face. So I opened the middle legs in Amazon, and then I got busted on that. And then I did not trade much after that. I only picked up Netflix, which we entered at around 4, closed at around 550. That's it. So it was a bad day for me because I had butterfly, which was $100 or maybe $200 at most, the cost of it, but I end up paying about 5,000 for that. And that's a blunder which is on me, not on any of the uh, charts or something, because I made that mistake. I was trying to act smart that yes, if I close the middle leg first in Amazon, Amazon is showing strength. If it recovers, I'll make money on both the other legs of the butterfly. But no, it appears to me at the later time that yes, I was acting in haste. I was trying to act without looking into the market. And that's kind of things we should also review if you're making mistakes. So next time when you're in a situation like that, you know what you have done in the past and how you can recover from that mistake. The goal is we should always learn no matter what. So hi Amy, hi Nehal, hi Ravi, hi Shri, hi Chris, hi Pankaj, hi Ali, hi Dave, hi Kagan. So today was a completely different mode in the market as compared to what we had yesterday. And again, we'll go into more details, but ES is still doing a ping pong in this region. Yesterday night, when we were looking at this trend line, it was 37.35. It could not cross this area, and today it made a bearish engulfing. Again, it's an inside day. It's a range because the movement is so big that we did not cover yesterday's high or yesterday's low. We are still in the range, so it's an inside day. But the kind of move we had, like Tesla was about 7% down, Apple went 7% down. Those were some massive moves. And Nasdaq made new low, which it was holding yesterday, but ES did not make new lows today. So that's one of the better things. Plus, these Fed speakers, I don't know when they're going to stop. They keep on speaking on and on and on and on, and they are killing the market. They want market to go into a recession, and they want to cut the demand. Right now, the demand is not coming down, and it will take months, maybe years, for inflation to come down to maybe 2%, possibly by 2025, 2026. I don't think so. It's going to come down right now with all the interest rates. No. So let's start from my scan. And again, like I made my mistake and I know that. There's no like, even from a charting point of view, the trade we picked, Netflix, it worked like a charm. We made profit on it and we got out. I did not do any other trade, but the mistake is execution. You can very well analyze it, but the greed, if you have, or the timing of your execution really matters the most. I acknowledge, because I'm trying to learn from my mistakes. I would recommend you to do the same at your end so that you can fix your problem. The first thing to fix a problem is to accept, yes, you did a mistake, and then make a note of it that, yes, last time when I'm in this situation, I did this mistake, I should not repeat. That's it. That should be your entire goal. So hi, Duckets, hi, Suma, hi, CN, hi, 1968, hi, Ashwin, hi, Rahul. Yes, making money is not thing. Managing risk is the most important thing. Managing your money is big thing. We can recover this money very easily, but can we manage the money we have in our hand? Like, if we cannot manage 10,000 in our account, how can we manage 1 million or maybe 10 million? That's the thing. It's easy to like convert $150 to $500, but can you convert 10,000 to $150,000? That's not easy. Uh, all right, so let's start from the scans. And again, like, I receive so many hate comments, but that's all right. I don't care. But just try, don't piss me off, because then I lose my focus and there's no point of doing this exercise. So it's inside the scan today. MasterCard has inside day. IBM, PayPal, Now, Target, Twitter, UL, Tilray, Mara. Not all of them are in my list, but we'll keep an eye. Also, let's look at open, low, high. And again, one thing which I told everybody very clearly, if SPX is open equals to high, market is going down. One more time, it has proved the same thing. Whenever you see SPX open equals to high, never ever stay long in that market. Just keep that as a note in front of you that, yes, whenever you see SPX open high, same, never go long. Whenever SPX is open equals to low, always go long, no matter what the market suggests. So Google was sold at open, Nike was did, Intel and Nike, like, after hours it is decimated. But the same thing in Nike, open high was same, go sell it. One second, guys. Yeah. Square, QS, all of them. So this is like a basic thing. If you can spend 1 minute on your phone, on your laptop or your machine, just check on SPX. If you see SPX in the scan, just follow it. You can even blindly follow it, I would say. 90% of time that will work. So let's go to ES today. So now ES is right at this area. Yesterday we thought that, yes, it's a potential morning star because it covered all of that. But today we have the bearish engulfing. But again, last time we were discussing, we wanted to go long if we cross this 37-35 area, which we never did. So going long was not advisable thought process. Plus, by the time market opened, it was well below 3700. It was trading around 3680, 30. Shravan, if you're looking at a blurred screen, guys, anybody else is facing the same thing? Because I'm looking on my other laptop, the screen, it is perfectly clear. Can you check your settings on YouTube, please? Just increase the resolution. Uh, so when we were in the morning time, it's opened on 3680, and then it held on to that range throughout the day. It's like this is 9:30 candle, and by 9:30 we open and we came down to 3654. So this candle closed at 10. So I literally had hardly a few minutes to even check my Amazon open leg positions. And that was the mistake because this was a powerful bottom candle. It just engulfed the entire candle from 9 a.m., which was around 3700. This was nasty. And I got trapped myself on that. And then it just did a ping pong between 3660, and now it is making inverted head and shoulders. It is trying, it was trying to reach to 34 EMA and try to break it, but it's failing. Right now, it has broken down and it's hitting the day low on ES. I assume it may go down to 3620 or 3630 one more time. And once it does, it will complete the inverted head and shoulders on 30 minutes as well. So I'm expecting it to come around 3630, 36, and then recover by morning. Morning 8:30, we have PCE numbers, uh, or the core inflation numbers. So those are really, really important. Market is looking forward to your numbers. So if this works out, this is shoulder one, this is head, this is shoulder two. I would be looking to accumulate this around because these were the lows. If it comes around 3630, that will be a perfect entry for going long. 3620 should be your stop loss. First target should be 3660. Again, this is a half an hour candle time, and time frame is about 10 days. So 30-minute time frame. And if we can break above this red line, that will be a plus point. If we can cross or close above this red line, that will give you a clear idea that yes, where market is heading. And again, if you're using Heikinishi, that can help you that yes, whether we are making right or wrong decisions. So the morning 10 o'clock, it went short, 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 short. At around 3 o'clock, it made a dodgy. And the high was 3645. From there, it went on to hit 3600, 3660. In fact, 3670 was the high at that point. From this long, you have flat base, flat base, flat base, flat base, flat base, flat base. Now it is making flat top. It went down. I wanted to go to this area just to make sure we do not have any wiggle room uh, for it to go down further. But right now it's hovering here. If it can go and close above 3660 and can push above 3665, that will have some good positive momentum in the market. And we are literally oversold. And I posted one news on the uh, Telegram regarding the Fed Delhi, who is one of the Fed chairman, not chairman, Fed directors. Uh, he's a part of FOMC, and he's saying that yes, they're happy with 4.5% uh, rate for this year, and they will not likely increase the rates until 2023. So that gives a clarity to the market. So if tomorrow the numbers come out in line, market will cheer that. So hopefully we should have some relief rally. If we lose this 3620 area one more time, we are ending up at 3397, which is like pre-COVID high. So that's kind of my view. Again, if you have any questions or if you have any different perspective, more than happy to share in the chat and we'll try to go through that. But right now, if you look, we are in this tight zone. So ES is now neutral. I want to buy above 3660. That's my goal. I want to keep a stop loss of 3645 because 3645 was uh, held properly. My target will be 3700, which was an important area. And then the next target comes out to be 3765, which is the 12 EM. Again, it's a 50-50 day. And this is a bearish engulfing. So if our, again, like it's clustering here, the W is still in place, but the morning star is gone. It had a bearish engulfing today. Plus it's an inside day. If we lose yesterday's low, 3613, expect market to hit 3500. I'm going to remove this. And I clearly mentioned here yesterday, break of 3700 will be nasty. And that's what happened today. Now, where I'm going to short, I'm going to short it, sell below 3645. That's my area. 3620 is the first target, 3585 and 3500. I'm giving 50%. Stop loss is 3660. Break of 3620 will be really nasty. That's on ES. And let's see what's the today's low. Is 3646. So it's around that range. Now on triple Q, like it did a double bottom. If you want to see, it was 268. It recovered and closed above that. And what we need is we need a push on triple Q so that it can move higher. Now, if ES goes down again, we do not have much available on the ES because we are still making newer lows. So what I can see is if it bounces from here, it's also W in making. But if it doesn't bounce, we are hitting 260 in straight line. So I really want to go long only if it crosses 274.50. My stop loss will be just like today's close, and my target will be 280 here and 284. Not an insight. Again, I'm just giving it 50% because I'm not sure what is going to happen with the news. Now, where I'm going to sell it, stop loss will be 274.50. I want to sell this. Yep, I want to sell this around sell below 272. In targets are pretty clear. Again, it's neutral. So This is about the index. Now, regarding the stocks, like Apple was the only sell option which I gave yesterday. So it went down and tested all the areas which it's supposed to, and now it is bouncing. So it lost 148. This was the area it was holding, 148, and now it made the low. The close was like the target area was 137, which was like a previous area where it found the breakout. See, the important areas, this is the area where it found the breakout. It came and test that breakout today. Because since it broke out from here, it never looked back. It almost went 30% from here. Now it is coming back, testing this area. So this area is really, really important for Apple right now. If Apple lose this, it's gonna go down much more than 137. It can actually go and hit 129. And if I go to a 5-year horizon, even here, when it was trying to go up, there was a straight move up. Like, let me just see, this is one directional move. So when you move in one direction without good consolidation, when you're coming down, you're coming down the same way elevator comes down quick. So there was one gap which is filled. There is one more gap which is right here. Let me just check. Gap high of 133 and the low 133. So there's a 25-cent gap here at 133. So if we lose today's like low, or if we lose 141 area, we can go to 133, 32 area, which is kind of a gap fill. So Apple, uh, it's a massive sell right now, which happened in Apple. So I really don't know whether it can continue to sell more or not. So I'm going to post 2 views for Apple. But this is really, really important. Apple is make or break for the market. So Apple one view is this one. Let me copy the same view here. So one view is neutral, where I'm buying above 140. Yeah, 143. And stop loss is 141. Targets are 145.60 and 150.71. Again, I'm giving 50% because there's no shorty. On the short side of Apple, sell below 141, stop loss 143, target 137.50, and then 133 and 129. Apple has shown some relative weakness in the market in the last 2 days, and the weakness was substantial. It's not like small weakness, it was like good amount of weakness which is happening in Apple. So I covered both aspects of Apple because Apple is make or break for the market, and it happened. The same thing which I was explaining few days back regarding the visualization, where we see all the other stocks breaking down to 40%, and Apple was the only one. At that time, Apple was 150. Today it is at 140. So you can imagine if market needs to go down, Apple will be leading that, and Tesla will be following Apple. AMD, same thing with AMD. It lost and made the new low. And the good thing is it came into the gap which we had here on this line. we are testing that gap. So if I just click here, this was the gap. The high was 62.33 and it almost filled the gap. So AMD, I'm going to call this as positive. ME numbers are all right, but I still feel that yes, they are literally so oversold that it's time for chip stocks to bounce. They are like almost to pre-COVID levels, AMD. So it filled the gap. So 62 will be my, I'll give 61.50 my stop loss. I want to buy. As to the piercing candle, half of the body. About 65-ish. Buy above 65. Target is 71.30. It filled the gap, so I'm gonna hold AMD there. Then we have Amazon. Amazon held on to that 113 area one more time, so it's holding this area. So if market, and it's putting a hammer over there, not a perfect hammer, but a hammer. So Amazon is hammer. I'm reducing it to neutral. Stop loss 113 one more time. And till the moment you are above this area, buy near 114. That's Amazon. Amazon is trading in this range above the trend line. So it's bullish for me. Boeing, one day it moves, next day it gives back. It came and tested the 23.6 Fibonacci. The failure from 61 is now testing 23.6. So 23.6 is really, really important. We have clearly tested that area today. Again, it's a 23.2. So it is neutral for sure. Stop loss is 124.50. Buy near 125 or buy in the range 125, 126. And target is 131.60. And sell below 1245 for 113. So wherever I feel the sell conditions are there, I'm going to post it. Sell below 110 or 112. Stop loss 113. Target 104 in case of Amazon. If it lose that area, it's going to hit 100. CRM still held on to that area, like same like Amazon, it's hovering around this area. It never crossed 149 today, so never had an opportunity, but it's hovering into this area consolidation. So we are still in the same range. If you talk about ES as well, 3645 to 3700. So tomorrow could be a make or break for ES and all these stocks. So I'm going to keep 145 as my stop loss on CRM. 144.50. And I want to buy in the range of 146 to 147. I'm still going the buying side because of two reasons. If we are holding 36.20, we may bounce. the dollar index or the dollar DXY has come down, VIX has come down. So all these factors, they're telling that there is a possible push. And even the market, we had a move from 36.24.25 all the way to 36.70. So there are some buyers at around that range. So if market has to bounce, this is the area. ENPH, again, today it lost that 289 area. Like it could not break above the 12 EMA, but it lost the 34 EMA, and the moment it lost, it went down. So it had a massive downside today. And again, it's setting up for a down flag if it loses 269. Right now, it has not. So it is short, but only if it loses 275. Sell below 275. If 275 holds, this highly likely it might recover pretty soon. 269.75. And then the gap of 258. It's rejected by 12 and 34. Long above 275 for 289. ITSE is holding. Like if you see, there are a few stocks which are holding. ITSE is one of them. It's an inside day, and it's a morning star plus inside day. If you have to play lottos tomorrow, this could be a game. So I'm gonna color into a different shade. Let me give it a blue color. I'm gonna give it 70%. It's morning star continuation, holding inside day. So if we can get it on 100, 99 is our stop loss. It's really, really good potential to test all these areas. Google made low and finally one more time lost the trend line. Now Google is really, really weak. The area we have is around 97, which is filled. If again, like if you see this area, it went vertically up. So it's coming down vertically. Now this is area where we had gaps in Google. One gap was 90. So this gap was filled. Then we had the gap of 97, which I think today it got filled 100%. And this was the consolidation. So 95-ish was the breakout, like inverted hammer. So 95 is, let's see what was the low for today. Low was 95, 96. So yes, it's in a good range right now. So Google buy above 90s, buy in the range, I would say 96, 97. Stop loss is 95. Targets are still the same. It had filled the gap. So D-Dog, same thing. It's making a dodgy and a downtrend market making a dodgy at this time, a gravestone dodgy. So potential morning star. I'm going to say gravestone dodgy leading potential morning star. So I'm converting this into, again, the stop loss should be 85, 86. Target is 91 and 97. So we should buy above 87, 88. Buy above 88. Itsy, D-Dog, Snow. These are possible tickers which can show some momentum if market supports them tomorrow. Microsoft is holding the same thing, 238, 237. So I'm going to keep the same equation, buy above 239. So I'm going to keep this consolidation in this zone. That is what is happening in Microsoft. This is 243 now. Then we have Netflix. This was the only trade which I did and shared across. The Netflix is above this trend line. It's trying to break out, but I really want now Netflix to break about 243, and my stop loss will be 240. Netflix 243, buy above 243. If it holds, it has really good potential. It is still in that zone, so cup and handle is still there. I'm reducing it to 60%, but this was the only 70% in my list, and that's what I traded this morning, which worked. Nvidia. Nvidia made a low of 122 today, or 119. So it almost came to that region where we had all the support. And again, this is a hammer. One more time with a small wick on the top. So I'll call this hammer. I'll still keep a very small stop loss on this 117.50. And I want to buy near 121 if it comes. 121.21. Target zone is 127, 129. 127, 129. Again, it all depends on how MU and market behaves in the morning. Right now, let's check the futures. They are back. 36.45 was the area, which we decided it made a low of 36.46 and bounced right from that area. But I will still want it to cross 36.60 and hold. If it holds, we will have inverted head and shoulders on 30 minutes. Snow. Same thing for Snow. Snow is consolidating. Exactly ditto Gravestone Doji. Like Itsy was positive. D-Dog had Gravestone Doji. Same thing is for Snow. And Snow, I'm turning this into positive. I really want Snow to test or move over 174. If it does, it will have serious move coming. I want it to cross 174. My stop loss will be 170. Target will be 178 and 181. Yes. So these are the targets. Tesla, it was a sell today, hit 265 and closed near around that 265.34. The low was 265.78. So perfect test of this area. Now, if we have to bounce, right, this is a perfect area for a bounce. If we lose this, 253 and more, 253 and then 245. So sell below 265. Target is 253, 245. And if it has to bounce, needs to go above by above 275 only. That's the mid of this candle, 275, and stop loss will be 269. 286, 1134, and 291. Its numbers are coming over the weekend, so there's a possible move which can happen on Tesla. But again, in this market, it's very difficult to have a clear direction. So this is my list. I'm still positive on ITSI and Snow. This will be my two positive trades if it happens. If I have to sell, I will sell what you call Amazon and BA. These are the two in the sell for BA. Okay, so I'm done. Let me share the link and let me read the comments and try to answer if anybody has any questions. If you have any questions, you can join this. I'm sharing the link. Please mute yourself if you are joining. I'm gonna just enable the waiting room. Yeah. FTX has been in the uptrend. FTX is not in the uptrend, brother. FTX is not in the uptrend. It's just like when a stock has fallen so much, you see a little bit of move, you think it's an up move. No. It's just trying to recover some of the losses it incurred from 141 to 142.3. That's it. This is not an uptrend. This is just a jerk bounce. It went down all the way from 200 to 140. That's about 30%. It's just bouncing off, nothing else. Any specific reason for Tesla or index to come down? See, Saurabh, today you see there are two specific stocks which went down almost 7%. One was Apple, another was Tesla. Why that happened? Because both these stocks did not fall to their previous lows, which all the other stocks tested during this down move. Apple low was 129 and Tesla low was 206. Now, Apple was trading at 150 and Tesla was trading at 290-ish. So in this case, all the other stocks, especially Amazon, it has stopped falling, like 113 it is holding. Same with other stocks like Facebook, 134, 135, it's holding. Netflix, 235, 240, it's holding. Microsoft, 235, 237, it's holding. So for it next to go down, we needed some higher component sizes. So Tesla was one of them, Apple was another one, and with that, index went down. Thank you, Aditya. Bookmap, it really doesn't help, but yes, it's an additional information if you want to use. I have a booked map from Nasdaq. I hardly use it. I have to just cancel that because I pay $15 for it every month. I don't use it. Just by looking at the order book, if you're able to make money and avoid losses, everybody would have done that. Baba, CN, oh, we have questions. I would.
Hi, Naval. Good evening.
Good evening.
I just have one question. I know you've talked about how gaps are always filled.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at QQQ, there's a gap in the 170 and 180 level. Do you think that that would ever be filled?
Anything can happen. I literally remember if you go on SPY, there's a gap. I'll show you. The gap's right here. When we were bouncing, we had gaps which never filled. Look at this gap.
The same one that's on QQQ as well. Yep, right there.
So if there's one more gap right there, 286 to 291, that gap never filled. So these are the two gaps which are there on SPY. So I will not be surprised if market conditions can get worse. Again, I'm just trading to the next day. I'm not anticipating the next week or next month. But looking at here, if market conditions go worse from here, like if we have much severe economic conditions, we can always go back. Because just remember, now there is no free money which pushed. This was all the free money, $4.8 trillion. Anybody who had job, anybody who did not had job, they got the money. All the banks got the money. If Fed bought approximately $4.8 trillion of bonds, and there were people who were asking me about the bonds. I'll spend 5 minutes in the end to explain how the bonds work and how do they impact the market and why the interest rates keep the bond prices or their relationship. I will explain that in the end of this session. So that will give you clarity. So yes, there's always a possibility.
Thanks, Naval.
Never say never.
Last question. So look at this regression channel that you drew. I know you probably have to update this because we're in a downtrend now.
Yes, that's why I don't use SPY or SPX because ES is much cleaner for me.
Right. So looking at that uptrend line that you drew on SPY, if we had broken the last support, somebody could have just gone in on puts, based on that information, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And right now you see this was the regression channel where we were in this. Like if I cancel to the no, it was something right here. So if because I do not use this was from 2174 to 4808. So we hang on to this trend line almost to 4800, almost 4700. And then if I extend, this will continue and you will see the trend line. We lost the trend line at around 4500. And that's why we went down. Because if I extend this to the right, you will see there will be a cross right here. And since then, it was not able to recapture it. It tried and failed. Right now, it's hovering into this zone, goes up, comes back, test, tries to go up, comes back, tries to go up, comes back. Now, if it has to bounce, this is the one area. Otherwise, we're going to test this green line, which is 3397.
And that 3397, that's like the faintest, so it's not a strong support line, is that?
No, it's a very strong support line. It
Is
is
it? Okay.
pre-COVID high.
Okay.
So that's somewhere here, 33.97.
Gotcha. Okay. So leaps would have been the way to go once it broke that trend line.
I
Just by
would not recommend leaps in this market. If you really want to buy leaps for stocks which have found a bottom, like which are not falling anymore.
Got it. Okay.
Remember, there is no money from Fed. Without new money, market is not easy to go up and make newer highs. It may move up a little bit because yes, there's fresh money which is coming from retailers, which is coming from funds which have parked the money, but that money is not that much which can bring the market to new highs.
So yesterday we had a green day because of the Europe news.
Yes, and I will explain that in the end. That's what I'm going to do.
Do you think that other countries would follow suit and do the same thing?
As of now, Bank of England panicked because the bond prices on which the country asset quality is based off was just falling like anything. And they want to maintain the bond prices. So they just stopped the interest, like they infused more money so that at least the bond prices can go up. Because yields are just going higher. Yield is the interest rate. Yield defines the risk in an economy. If you have a higher risk, your yields will be much, much higher. If you have a less risk, so let's come to that bond thing. If we have started, let me just explain how the bonds work. So where is the tool? Okay. So supposedly you are Bank of America. Okay. You need $100 billion. There are multiple ways of raising this money. Number one, you could reach out to private investors, right? Second thing, you can make an IPO if you are not in the stock market and raise. Third option is you can do a secondary offering and raise money. Fourth option is you can issue bonds. So what you're doing with the bonds is you're saying in all these cases, you are the owner who is investing into, like if you buy the stocks, you became an owner in the company. When you are buying a bond, you are a lender to the company. And that's where the difference is. So when Bank of America needs money, it will go any of these ways and it will say bonds. So it will say, if you give me 100 billion, I'm going to pay you 1% interest for the period of 10 year, 20 year, or 30 year, depending on the time frame. Okay. Now, if you know the condition of Bank of America is bad, will you take 1% interest? No, you will demand for 2% or 3%, right? This is we call as yield. Okay. Now, Bank of America will issue a bond which will have a face value. That will be, let's say, $100 bond. For each $100 bond, you have to pay 1% on a certain maturity. Like you can pay on 6 months, 1 year for the next 10 years. Okay. Now, what is happening? These prices are going down because the bond yields are going higher. So this is it right now at 95 and bond yield are at 4.5. So it shows that the value of Bank of America is not good, is weak. And anybody who wants to give money to Bank of America is charging higher rate of interest because it does not have any confidence in Bank of America. Just replace Bank of America with Bank of England or with FMC. Now, FMC bond prices are going higher. The bond yields are going higher, meaning the people are thinking, or the market is thinking, that there's much more risk in the economy on the shorter term and the longer term duration. Now the bond prices as a result goes down because the yields are going higher. Okay. Now, if interest rates are higher, the liquidity in the market also goes down. When there are no buyers, this also goes down to maybe 94. This goes up to 4.7. So that's one impact of the interest rate. Now, what Bank of England did was they infused new money to increase the liquidity. Once you have more liquidity in the market, this bond price goes back to 97. Yields come down to 3%. So this shows what is the quality of asset of or quality of risk of that particular country. The higher the yields are, the more risky that investment is. If you look at the bond market for all the other countries, you will see in some countries the yields are up to 5-7%, which means that yes, there is a very high risk in that economy for next 10 years. And if you're lending somebody, you are lending on a risk. That's why you're getting a higher return on your backside.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Nava. This helps a lot.
All right. So I hope this clarifies to everybody how the bond market works. Anything else, Hubert? Like, I really don't know this risk on and off. I'm gonna just remove this idiot. If you know everything, Mr. Risk on and off, what are you doing here? All right. Yes, Adi.
Navalpaji, this bonds primer was very good. One follow-up question on this is that what is TLT and how does it correlate to stock prices?
TLT is a ETF based on the bond prices. If the bond prices goes down, TLT goes down.
Okay, so it corresponds to bond prices, not to bond yields.
Bond yields and prices, they have inverse relationship.
Yes.
So if bond prices are going down, meaning the yield is going up. Right now, if the country, as I said, it represents the kind of risk you have in a country for a country or a company. So if US 10-year bond yield is going higher, it means there is a risk in the economy. If there is a risk, equity market goes down. And TLT, which is the ETF for the bond prices, it will also go down.
Okay. So TLT is going down currently.
TLT is going down because of the bond prices going down. It is direct relationship to that or inverse relationship to the yields.
So it would have a positive correlation with stock prices. The higher TLT, higher the stocks will be. Is that fair to say?
Yes. But TLT is a slow mover. It takes months and months, maybe years for TLT to showcase the strength. It gave up the gains of last decade in just 5-6 months.
Oh, okay. So I was reading an article which said that TLT can be a leading indicator That is not correct.
Bond market is much bigger market than the equity market.
Okay, so
Bond, if you look at the bonds, that's why the market looks at the yields. If you look at the bond market, TLT is the ETF which represents the bond. So if you look at the bonds directly, you will have an idea. Bond market is always a leading indicator.
okay, got it. And last thing is, Naval bhai, I have a big position in Meta. Can you quickly share your thoughts on Meta?
Yeah, Meta has so much negative things going on right now. I would not even see. Meta is losing all this momentum. It has broken down the COVID lows. 123 is the next stop. Now, if it cannot hold a 5-year price of 123, then it's really, really difficult for Meta to hold anything. There are massive gaps which may be filled over next few years. Don't know, but this is getting nasty. It's like holding this line one more time. It has an inside day as well. If it breaks above 141, which is like $5, or it breaks below 134, which is like $2, it will follow that direction.
Okay. And if we have a prior positions at 250 around cost basis.
See, that's a mistake. I've been always recommending cut the losses.
Okay, so now also better late than never, you would recommend cut the losses also?
Not at this time. Wait for this green line about 130.
Okay.
130 should be stop loss. If it loses 130, then there's no point. Then it can go further down.
Okay.
Either then add double the quantity you have at 250 so that your average comes down substantially. In case it moves, you will have quick recovery.
No, don't have that much money. So I get your point. It'll probably have to take losses. Thank you, brother.
Because right now, if you see here, it held onto this line and bounced. So it's trying to hold one more time. So till the moment this line is held, it should be good to hold. If it loses this, then it's done.
And that's 130. I can't see your screen fully. That's 130 level, right?
Roughly 130.
Okay. Okay, brother. Thank you so much.
No bronze. Yes, Ike. I unmuted you. You can speak.
Hey, thank you, Naval, for all you do. I think somebody answered my question already on the chat, but I wanted to see your take on Meli. I know we haven't visited that sticker symbol in a while.
It's an inside day, first of all. That's one thing. And I don't even, this is related to Bitcoin, right, Nelly?
No.
Are you sure? Because if I remember, it works in conjunction with Bitcoin, like how Bitcoin moves, this company moves.
Okay. Let's see.
But in any case,
It's an e-commerce and related platform. It engages in the development of an online commerce platform with a focus on e-commerce and related platform.
Yes, but they okay, that's fine. So this is the area where it had consolidation.
Okay.
It could not break, and it has come down into this area. So if this area is held, which is roughly 800, if 800 is held, it can bounce, otherwise it will lose and go back.
to around 700 area.
Yes, the next support comes in this area. This box, if I make this box, that's about 725 to 650.
Yeah, the reason why it kind of sparked my interest is he's got a huge buy right today. Normally, like somebody said, he's he doesn't have a lot of liquidity, but he hasn't really lost a lot in this bloody market. So I'm gonna watch it tomorrow and see.
Yeah, keep an eye on this.
Yes. Thank you.
No problems. Anyone else has any questions? No? All right, guys. Thank you very much. Hopefully we'll have a better day tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thank you,
If
Naval.
not, there's always Monday.
That's right.
We are not giving up. And again, like I did not trade much, but whatever I did, it was fine. I just made a blunder on execution on Amazon. So that happens. Yes, Vasudha's gold. Vasudha, here we have gold. Now, if you look at gold, it's trying to break an important area. This was the area where it was making a base. Now that's the 12 EMA. If it crossed 1674, 75, you can see 1706. That's the area for gold. Jingalala, your thoughts on SOXL? I think they are at terms where they can find. I think they're back to I think it's a good time for SOXL. You can add that. Semiconductor sector as such, that will have much more clarity tomorrow morning when MU and other tickers respond to the market. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Good night and all the best to all of us for tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night.